Welcome to the Scottish Rite Journal podcast, an audio presentation of the Scottish Rite Journal, brought to you by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. This week's article is Chanukah, Festive, Jewish, and Masonic by Rabbi Aaron Kreigel, 32nd degree, and comes from the November-December 2021 issue of the Scottish Rite Journal. The Babylonian Talmud asks and then answers, what is Chanukah? And why are lights kindled on Chanukah? The sages taught in Megillat Tanit, on the 25th of Kislev, the days of Chanukah are 8. One may not eulogize on them, and one may not fast on them. What is the reason? When the Greeks entered the sanctuary, they defiled all the oils that were in the sanctuary by touching them. And when the Hasmonean monarchy overcame them and emerged victorious over them, they searched and found only one cruse of oil that was placed with the seal of the high priest, undisturbed by the Greeks. And there was sufficient oil there to light the candelabrum for only one day. A miracle occurred, and they lit the candelabrum from it 8 days. The next year, the sages instituted those days and made them holidays with recitation of Hallel and special thanksgiving and prayers and blessings. Chanukah, formerly meaning dedication, but also known as the Festival of Lights, falls around Christmas time, though the events which it commemorates took place some 200 years earlier. In this article, we will examine the origins of Chanukah, occurring at the end of the Jewish month of Kislev, and how the meaning of the holiday has evolved over time. Indeed, some feel that Chanukah, strictly speaking, should not even be a religious holiday, due to its difference from other Jewish festivals in terms of its origin. It is the only festival not found in the Bible. Further, the Jewish calendar is filled with holidays which all begin with a common theme: to praise the divine architect and to thank him for his many kindnesses. On Passover, for instance, Jews thank the Almighty for their redemption from Egypt by his hand. On Shavuot, Jews thank the Creator for giving them the 10 Commandments. On Purim, God is thanked for saving Jews from a group of people who wanted to destroy everyone who was Jewish. Chanukah, on the other hand, first was established by the Maccabees, the family of the high priest, because that family was successful in a military battle. The Syrian Greeks were trying to defile the temple, forcing Jews to allow pagan worship and sacrifices there. The Maccabees were victorious. Understandably, the Jewish people were very proud of their victory and created Chanukah to commemorate it. However, the victory in this story was not brought about directly by the Almighty, but instead by the military prowess of the Maccabee clan who were engaged in the fight. Rabbis of the time were cognizant of the military origin of the holiday, but they also understood that they could not prevent people from observing this annual celebration. Over time, in fact, the rabbis changed the focus of the festival. Instead of Chanukah marking a victory in war, the focus shifted to giving thanks to the Creator for the miracle of the oil. During the war, the Jewish temple had been desecrated by its attackers, so sacrifices could not be offered there. To reconsecrate the temple, they needed to burn special sanctified oil every day for 8 days, but there was only enough oil for one day. Yet, a miracle happened. The oil that was only sufficient for one day burned for 8 days, and they kept the 8 days with gladness, as we read in 2 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 5. Thus, a new way to understand Chanukah was developed that has lasted until today. Yet why is Chanukah celebrated so widely when it began as a minor holiday? There are a number of reasons for this. First of all, it is fun to light the menorah every night for 8 nights. It is satisfying to see the number of candles increase every night. Also, everyone likes to take joy in the songs and prayers of the holiday. Delicious food also comes with the holiday: potato pancakes and jelly donuts, both made by frying in oil to remind Jews of the miracle of the oil. There are gifts and games, spinning the dreidel, that have been created in order to celebrate the holiday in greater fullness. The holiday also brings light as we approach the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. As we read in Albert Pike's Morals and Dogma of the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite, and at the winter solstice the earth was wrinkled with frost, the trees were leafless, and the sun, reaching the most southern point in his career, seemed to hesitate whether to continue descending, to leave the world to darkness and despair, or to turn upon his steps and retrace his course to the northward, bringing back seed time and spring, and green leaves and flowers, and all the delights of love. Morals and Dogma, lecture to the 25th degree, Knight of the Brazen Serpent. Indeed, All peoples who use solar rather than lunar calendars have created holidays of light around the dark days of the winter solstice. Christmas is another important example of this practice. Actually, Christmas offers another reason as well to celebrate Hanukkah, especially in America, where there is a Christmas or holiday season. World War II and its aftermath caused Americans increasingly to see America as one people. Jews, Protestants, and Catholics, along with other faiths, persons of all races, immigrant and native born, all are Americans. Children also long to celebrate holidays and to give and receive gifts as their neighbors do. In part, because most Christians in the U.S. celebrate Christmas, Jews today celebrate Hanukkah, even though many are not fully aware of the origins of the Festival of Lights. As Masons, we remember this holiday season as well, with its themes of divine illumination, fellowship, and charity for all. Finally, we should recall that Hanukkah commemorates a crucial first battle for religious freedom. If the Jewish community had lost that war, there would be no Jews, Christians, or Muslims in the world. Indeed, there would not have been any Freemasons. God would have been, as it were, vanquished from existence. Thus, Hanukkah, initially a holiday more about a military victory than about religion, is, in the final analysis, an essential reminder of that battle which took place in order to preserve religious freedom. Like and share this article, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you wish to comment, please leave one, and as a reminder, hit the notifications bell. Any accompanying photographs or citations for this article can be found in the corresponding print edition. The Scottish Rite Journal is published by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. Mark Dreisenstock, 32nd degree, KCCH, Managing Editor. I'm your host, Matt Bowers.